But I guess it really is. God, I'm screwed! And what are you doing here? Shit. Mr. Deirdre, I was just... Miss Deirdre? Yes, tune should change in a hurry. Shut it. I don't know what her voice is. We're gonna have to live with this. I don't want to hear any excuses. You're supposed to be making nice with the public and taking pictures that look good for tourists. Not getting into arguments with random strangers and jeopardizing that nice, squeaky clean public image. Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again. It had better not. My father does not like it when his inferiors do not follow instructions. He finds their incompetence hard to swallow. Right. I am glad you understand. Now, remember your place in the food chain. Tony? Yes, ma'am. Help the director back to his trailer. Make sure he stays there and behaves himself. Yes, ma'am. Come on, Doc, let's go. Denovian doesn't even glance at me as he's practically perk-walked back to backstage of the hospital tent. Well, that was cathartic to see the director get his leash yanked like that. And now, as for you, now you have to reckon with the one holding it. I probably should have run away while they were talking. Oh, I appreciate your fucking honesty, buddy. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. We do not have a lot of time, so I'll be brief. Meet me here tomorrow morning. What? I'd like to offer you a deal. A deal? Oh, yes. Something I think will be mutually beneficial. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but in brief. You help me, I help you, and as an added incentive, I'll even help that nice parasol woman that's son of her gets free from Dr. Donovian's insipid little garage. Does that sound interesting enough? Making a deal isn't exactly what I was expecting, but it certainly sounds better than getting bagged on the head and taken to Alfonso's kitchen. But it's probably a trap. Probably. Yeah. Good. 6 a.m. Don't be late. God damn it, 6 a.m. I wake up at 8. Unless you're gonna get here. And if you are, you'll be lunch. Understand? Yes. Excellent. Now, I've got a fad that needs to get back to running. You just focus on keeping the petty fate of yours and the money you stole out of sight. See you tomorrow. Ciao bello. Wait, if you're Mexican, then it's ciao bejo. What are you... get out of here. See you later? Oh boy. What a damn mess. I think I've really messed up today. Not as much as I could have. Probably. How am I gonna explain this to Claudia? Should I even? What kind of question is that? Of course I should. Just to be ready for whatever Denovian is gonna throw at her now that I've gotten him riled up. Need to come up with some way to help her with. And that's before just casually bumping into the daughter of the mops I've been trying to hide from for 4 months. What is she even doing here? It does seem pretty obvious she has Denovian in her pocket. Well, Fonzie does at any rate. But she wants to make me a deal instead of feeding me to her father? Maybe that'll come later. She does seem to know about Claudia and Malcolm. So why shouldn't she come for the money? Unless my guess was right. Sounds too good to be true, but I really can't conceive of any other reason she would just leave me be if she knew where I was. And she did offer to help with the Denovian issue. I may just have to trust her. Reflecting briefly on everything that just happens gives me a sudden and intense bout of exhaustion. If you step on his tail, he's like, that was the stupidest idea ever. Despite my best efforts not to, I thought I was in the clear. And the dawning realization that today's fiasco isn't even close to the end of it. I close my eyes, breathe in air into my lungs. Apparently, if you're not attached... I want to close my windows for a brief moment because the sun is shining into my face. If you're not attached... Oh, that also requires that you don't know about stuff and all. Probably knows where I'm staying. Play up and trust her. Just to get me, Malcolm, and Denovian in the same place. Oh, that's interesting. only flaw is counting on me to care enough about Malcolm to butt heads with the director. Bit of a stretch and not outside the realm possibility. I appreciate that if you're not attached, he's like, why the fuck do these people think I care? And I breathe out possibly the heaviest sigh I've ever done in my life. I just get through the rest of the day now. Claudia has something splendid for dinner. Coffee. Lots of coffee. Dude, you gotta get in bed on time. You gotta be up by 6. Rest of the fair proceeds that were surprises. Some surprises I had to clean up and go home. Although the thought that I'll be needing to talk to Claudia about today's event is filled with discomfort. Everything's packed up. Trash collected. Now I just following back to Sadler. Takes me to the church parking lot. I was just snoring. I'm going to give him a rundown. Bit aggressive with the crowd. He believes it's the right thing. Oh, here we go. If we're not attached, he's not upset about having to talk to her, but there is a grammatical mistake. It's be nice to just eat dinner, get some sleep, and worry about all this tomorrow. If you step on his tail, then Xander's like, yeah, I should have stepped on his tail, but you shouldn't have done it that time. Nor does he think it was particularly smart, but it's done, it's done. He goes so far as to say he's proud of my choice and leave it alone. Yeah, I don't know if the leaving things alone is an omitted choice. It's just not going to get considered because it's part of the bad ending, or if, I don't know, cause it shows up in bits and pieces. I mentioned my appointment in the morning to him. He gives a thoughtful look and suggests that I go forward with it. Seems intrigued, as I am, about Giusepp's knowledge of where I've been and are willing to help Claudia. Although he does encourage me to use caution. He agrees to have a car ready for me in the morning, and so I have goodbye. Quiet walk home. It's a quiet walk to Claudia's house if you're not friends. The weather started to warm back up, and all the various insects have returned, peaceful enough that I take a moment to collect my thoughts. I was bound to have to confront Denovian eventually. I wish it was on my terms, but it just wasn't my luck, I suppose. Whatever the case, if I tell Claudia about what happened at the fair, I definitely have to tell her I have a plan. Even if that current plan is, hey, the mobster lady I stole a bunch of money from said she could use help. I'll just ask her. Yeah, sounds like a great plan. Even if it's a lie, it'll make her feel better. I'd rather be able to... Okay. Yeah, okay, there's the alternate option if you're not honest. Here we go. Let's go! As I entered the two parasols, I was in the middle of watching a movie of some kind. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a caveman is hang gliding on some kind of giant bat. Is it fucking Batman? I win! Good evening. Me and Mom were just watching a radio movie about a caveman that's from the future and he fights robots and stuff. What? Caveman from the future. That sounds fascinating. It really is. It certainly is something. It's a bit cheesy. Oh god, this music's loud. It's a bit cheesy, but something I found in a bargain bin. It's worth a whole $2. Worth the whole $2? How was the fair? Sorry I couldn't help out today. I hope it wasn't too much work for you to do. And the work was easy enough. Yeah! There were lots of games, ice cream, candy, and then we got ice cream and games and candy. Me and Win. The boy looks at me. For what to do, the more uncomfortable events of the day come to mind. Let's see, hold up. If you're attached a little bit, you will get the leg hug. But if you're super attached, you get the full hug. Dang, we got the hug ending. That Terminator. I guess that is... Why did it... What are you doing in the corner? Small child! Oh, this is so cool! If you're not honest, we skip the fair recap. Automatically. Did you do something fun together? There's something we need to talk about. The music fades out. I think this just moves you to the fair recap skip. And doesn't do all that much else. Jesus fucking Christ, this is a huge conversation! I know it's a little early. Fuck it, we'll do this, and then we're gonna call it a quitsies. This fucking plot moves at a breakneck pace, man. We could talk about it in the kitchen while I reheat my dinner. Malcolm? How about you keep watching the movie? We'll be back in a bit. But... It's okay, Malcolm. It'll be fine. Okay. Wait, I'll meet you in the kitchen. It's okay, Malcolm. It'll all be okay. I'm gonna get your dad killed with a mobster who thinks I'm super cool for fucking over her dad. It's really goddamn cool. Honestly, it's impressive this plan is gonna work out at all. Promise. Okay. Claudia waits nervously in the kitchen, sitting uncomfortably next to the sink. I brace myself for yet another uncomfortable conversation. It really doesn't get any easier. First the phone call, then the closet thing. It's only if you told her about the call and you went to church. I really hope this is the last time I have to have a big dramatic talk with Claudia. I don't know if I can take any more of these. Win. What happened at the fair? Did something happen to Malcolm? Yes. There was an event that Malcolm's class attended that was put on by St. Hammond's General Hospital. And Denovian was there. What? No! No! It's okay. He didn't hurt Malcolm. I was able to get to Malcolm before Denovian did. I didn't let him get anywhere close to Malcolm. If you step on his tail, he was like, I couldn't get to him first. But unfortunately, he did rather accurately guess that I'm connected to both you and Malcolm. As such, he threatened to step up his harassment. I'm sorry, Claudia. I tried to help, but I think I messed up. Win, I'm sorry. I feel like it's worth pointing out that if, he wasn't there, the kid would have just been with Denovian, taken to a little shed and killed. Oh, that's why her tail was bumpy like that. She's got little bumps on her tail. She doesn't notice them before. God, Win, we only get this if we're super attached. I've been afraid this would happen since Malcolm was born. That man would get close to my baby. I've had nightmares about it. And now here they've come true. Why is this fucking called gaming? Show Win at gaming. Oh, that's probably the shaking they're doing. I can sense Claudia's on the verge of breaking down. I tied my hold on her in an effort to reassure her. It's okay, Claudia. I'm here. I'll take care of it. Just don't worry. I'm here with you. If we're super honest and attached, Claudia's breathing even out as her own arms tighten around me. They even rub up and down my back. Thank you when I needed that. Thank you for saying you'd be there for me and Malcolm. I know this was bound to happen eventually. I was just hoping I'd be more ready when it did. Less afraid. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do, but I know I'm going to have to do something now. We'll figure something out. Yes. Yes, we will. I think if you're here with me, I don't have to be afraid. Not of him. Not anymore. A warm feeling flows through me as she says that. Not only because of the kind words, but the way she looks. She seems to be so alive suddenly. God. It's just good to have someone I can rely upon. Oh, wow! Hoochie mama! She's getting awfully close. My detective stance. Yeah. I've been learning that it's nice having people. Oh, Win. I've been thinking. Hey, Mom! Hey, sweetheart? The movie's over. Okay, honey, can you get ready to bed? And I'll go be by to tuck you in a bit, okay? Well, actually, could Win help out too? Me? With a small child? I think that's the greatest idea. Would you like that, Win? Yes. I would. God, he's fucking dork. A great big smile stretched across the young boy's face once he heard my reply. Well, I expected one of his usual shouts of joy, instead just looked bashfully at his feet. Cool. Okay, Malcolm, go on and get ready. Okay. Do you get it? This whole scene is to set up that shit's gonna suck in about an hour. The young parasol shoots me one last smile before scampering off to his room. I'm going to die! Strange. What's strange about it? I just don't know why he suddenly wants me to join. It's not that much of a mystery, is it? I don't know if you've noticed, but he thinks the world of you. Really? Of course. You've really made an impression on him, haven't you noticed? Oh, come on. It'll be fun. He was blushing! Responding with an affirmative nod, I follow Claudia down the hall to Malcolm's room, which is my first time in the boys' room. This is the first time I've felt some hesitancy entering it. The situation is much more familiar than I'm used to. The young boy is already in his bed waiting for us with a small book in his hands. As I enter, he extends the book towards me. I look towards Claudia, who gives me a big smile and nudges me in the arm. Tells him a grandpa story where it's very gruesome and he uses slurs. Son, do you know what the T word means? And then she's like, oh no! You can't say that to my child, Win! Getting the gist of what I was supposed to do, I nervously approached the boy and took the book. I'm gonna need like 5 seconds to I'm not making it otherwise. Sorry. Pardon me. Sitting in the chair next to the boy's bed, I get as comfortable as I can and begin to read. Shakily and less expertly than the boy's mother, I'm sure, but neither of them seems to mind. The story in question seems to be a fairy tale. What of a knight riding in to save a princess from the clutches of a cruel dragon? Dude, you're supposed to be reading. Claudia watches from the door as I read the boy the bedtime story. Why does she look so like parallelogrammed? Stop looking so trapezoidal. I think she's more and more with the scene playing out than the quality of my performance. Something I can't say I feel all different about. Simple act of reading this bedtime story so far removed from where I was when I first arrived. At this moment, I don't think there's anywhere I'd rather be. By the time I stumble over the last passage of the tale, Malcolm is fast asleep. I place the book on a nearby shelf and rejoin Claudia in the hallway. She just smiles for a while before she gently places a hand on my arm and gives it a small squeeze. What? Claudia, why does Malcolm have roadside picnic as a bedtime story? My heart flutters at the gesture, and I freeze up in anticipation for her to do more. But she does. It doesn't appear she reconsiders moving forward with anything, and all she does is whisper, "You did good." With one more parting squeeze and a bright smile, she bids me goodnight and disappears into her room. I return to my room and collapse in bed, utterly exhausted. What a day! The Novian, Deirdre. Could have been worse, I guess. At least I'm fairly sure it could have been. Excuse me. If Deirdre hadn't arrived when she did, I don't know what would have happened at the fair. I wonder if her offer is legitimate. I guess I'll find out tomorrow when I meet her. I mean, it's probably not a trap. Probably. At least things went well with Malcolm and Claudia tonight. She seems a lot better than when I first met her. Actually, seems to be willing to start pushing back on Denovian. I guess technically I've fulfilled Father Xander's request, but I wouldn't mind seeing this through to the end. In fact, I wouldn't mind staying here for a while after everything's said and done. Maybe living with Claudia and Malcolm would be a nice change from my old life. Assuming I live through all this, of course. Finally, after some time of laying there and thinking how delightful a life with Claudia and Malcolm would be, I finally reached my limit and fall into a deep sleep, hoping I wake up in time for the meeting tomorrow. I'd rather not wake up as lunch after finding some place that I want to call home. The next morning, if we do not have the honesty... Oh, this is just in general. If we fail to have 3 attachment. It's a much shorter scene. Yeah, he doesn't properly console her because it's not that deep. And they nestle together. Spaghetti and garlic bread. It's a much shorter outro. Way more like, ugh. And if you have no attachment, not enough attachment at all, she's starting to spiral. Please, no, please, God, Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Everything I need to stay calm for Malcolm's sake. Who's been affecting her? It's best for Malcolm. Let's focus on that. I'll handle Denovian. Oh my God! In the no attachment, he's just like, I have to focus on keeping on getting this job taken care. What do you mean handling him? And he's just like, did you mean it? Handling him? And he's like, count on it. She's quiet. Oh God, she thinks he's gonna fucking murder him. Oh, I'm really tired. He's like, I know, get some rest. And then Malcolm doesn't understand if she's really okay or not, because he can't console her properly. If there was ever a time to pull out the stakes and leave it be now. At least it would be, if not for Deirdre finding me. It's pretty much cemented. I can't just disappear. Okay, so that's how non-attached Wynn handles it. If I had things my way, I'd already be across the board with a new identity. You start cutting some threads that are keeping me stuck here. Oh God, not attached is thinking about things. Maybe we can find a solution for Denovian. Great. Depends on the kind of deal. So maybe I can get rid of them. I could just leave Claudia, Xander, all the people to South Little, and any of my concern, probably. Sounds like they'll come after me. But again, Xander has given what information he could to the VPD, which means I'm on record. If you skip the fair recap, there's a whole fucking scene. What the hell, man? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, let's make this extremely clear. There is so much here, man. This section is given love. I'm gonna go through it as quickly as I can, but fuck, I'm running out of time. Considering how tired you are, okay, she's like, oh, what are you doing? We had garlic bread, Malcolm says. Yeah, because he doesn't recap Claudia, she doesn't know what's going on. Want to finish the caveman movie? Yeah, because on this one, Win is like, doesn't give a shit. So he's just tired. I do appreciate that the attachment's more important than the honesty, really. Which is kind of weird, because the story is fundamentally the other... I don't know, it's trying to have both ways, but it really isn't cutting that cake down the middle. Maybe we can get Tiffany to watch it. How do you get into this branch for the recap in the first place? If you're not honest, you have to be one or less honesty. So this is the non-honest route. I guess that's why I'm... Yeah, so not being honest gets you all this. I just complained about honesty not being a big thing, but that's because this entire fucking branch is about honesty, Safi. You idiot. God damn. But some of these old movies can surprise you with some naughty bits that aren't suitable for kids. And Win is just like boobs? And she's like, yeah, 5-year-old isn't ready for that kind of thing. I just need to watch ahead and make sure it's okay for him. In the other, she doesn't. I guess in the good ending, Malcolm is exposed to boob. I don't know if that's a good ending thing, but whatever. Another pair of eyes wouldn't hurt, just so you don't miss anything. Or they can start watching together. Oh my goodness. And they enjoy each other. The movie wasn't bad. The movie was hilariously bad. But if you're not attached, and you're not honest, he's just like, eh. I hope it doesn't disappoint then. He doesn't even talk about the boob. Just the night passed easily. Okay. Quietly watching the strange movie. With a final good night. Okay, so if you have if you have one or less attachment, basically you're not fucking trying. What a debacle. Time to pull out here. It's now. Okay, it's the same thing. It's basically a compilation of the other things. So it's like, I have to start with Deidre. Solution for Denovian. Doesn't matter. The rest don't matter. And the VPD. Blah, blah, blah. VBPD. You know what? I can go a little bit. We can go a little bit. But let's go right up to the conversation so that we have a rockin' start next time.